Okay. I know. I see it with my own eyes. I see you guys have been liking my story time videos lately. I did mention if you guys want more that I would be, you know, speaking out a little bit more about everything that pretty much happened in my life. I do have a lot of crazy stories. And I did mention if you guys really wanted to continue listening and viewing these, stories and watching these stories that I was gonna keep on making them. And there was one specific video that I did mention that I was gonna make, but I feel like this video is a little bit bigger, and it's around the same time. It's a little bit bigger, funnier, and sadder. Sadder. I don't even know if it's that's a word. I don't even know. This is a story. What's the story about? This is a story where I almost lost my virginity in church. You subscribed yet? What are you doing? Didn't you get the memo? Like, we're on the road to 200 subs. Like, you haven't went down and subscribed yet? What are you doing? Why are you just looking at me? Go down. Subscribe. I know we could do it. Go down. Go down. Let's take it back. I was maybe 12 years old. This happened maybe like 10 years ago. I was 12 years old. And my mom, as a Catholic, she tried to put us in church the most that she could. Like, growing up, I always went to church on every Sunday Mass. And there was this church class that you had to go to as a Catholic to get your confirmation and your communion. Now, she enrolled me in that, but this has nothing to do with that story. This story has to deal with, there was this lady, I'm not going to mention any names, there's this lady that's probably been in our family since before I was born. She took care of my brother and sisters when it came to this whole church situation, because ever since I knew, like, this was before I was born, she would, after every Wednesday, because the church where I went to, you would have mass pretty much every day. Certain days are Spanish mass, certain days are English mass. Every Wednesday was English mass. So she would host this like meeting after mass, pretty much like reading the rosary, just pretty much talking amongst ourselves about, church and God and whatever the case may be. And I, believe it or not, I kind of found it fun. At that age, I didn't really have friends. I was bullied. So being that I felt like, I was important, because she would come pick me up every Wednesday, drop me off. It was just pretty fun. And that lady, I honestly say, like, yes, she was a part of like the whole church situation, but she took care of me more than just strictly about church. Like, she took care of me as if I was her son. Up until I was maybe 15, where I stopped going to church, was pretty much my everyday thing, pretty much. So I would go to these classes or meetings, whatever the case you want to call it, and she was the type that she wanted to bring as many people as she can in. So there was one day that I was, in mass, listening to mass, and there was a family behind us. And the family consists of a mother, a father, and 2 daughters, and a little baby. So by the kindness of her heart, she goes to the family, she asks them like, hey, are you interested in, a little meeting after mass, explaining to them like what she does, and, they was on board. So a couple of weeks go by, they ended up coming. So I'm like, all right, cool. We have more people, whatever. Mind you, I was this little chubby kid. I wasn't cool at all whatsoever. So it was this, what do I say? There was this, one of their daughters. She was really beautiful, I thought. So I just, me being a shy kid that I am, I just kept looking and laughing or whatever the case may be. And something got into me that I, decided to write her a little note saying, hey, this is my aim. I would like to talk to you, whatever. So we started talking. She didn't have a phone. I didn't have a phone. So the only time we really spoke was in that little meeting type thing. So her parents didn't know anything. The lady didn't know anything. So it just time went on, time went on. We didn't speak about anything, literally anything. I was this little chubby kid. Like, I wasn't in no way, shape, or form like, yo, ma, was good. Like, nah, well, I'm never that type of person, but nothing. It was just friends. So we just continued talking and talking, and we decided to maybe want to be more, but we would have to keep it, strictly, private. And we only got to see each other because neither of us had any type of, freedom. So we had to keep it only strictly private, and whenever we got to see each other was at this church meeting. I want to give it maybe 2-3 months into this whole meeting. She used to come by herself. Sometimes she would come with her parents, whatever the case may be. So this one time she came alone. And so the room was really small. So once you go up the stairs, there was a door, you leave, and the whole church is right there. There was a little small bathroom. So I decided to, I really had to use the bathroom. Mass was over, meeting was over. The lady was about to walk me home. I end up going to the bathroom. I remember this day like yesterday. So I'm peeing, whatever. Peeing, whatever, wipe. Yeah, I wipe after pee, whatever. Wash my hands. I open the door. I don't see nobody. I guess they were outside. But I do see the girl just bum rushing me, throwing me in the bathroom, and just locking the door and just kissing me like she was slobbering me. Like, I never had my first kiss at this time. I was young. I was 12, 13 years old. I didn't know what was going on. All I knew was this was not right. I was feeling all types of ways. I'm like, yo, we in church, but is this gonna really happen? Like, I was like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I was shaking. So I was like, you know what, whatever. So I continued, giving the same feedback that I was getting. I was kissing her back, whatever, touching places that I didn't even know existed. And I was just, in the moment. Tell you, I kid you not. As soon as she tried to unbuckle my pants, all you hear is, what are you guys doing in there? I was like, oh no. So I got scared. I was like, so I buckled my pants again, and I opened the door, and I stood quiet the whole walk. Literally the whole walk. I was just not saying nothing, and we just kept it pushing. And I was just like, yo, what the fuck just happened? This is church. Like, I'm going to hell. I swear to God, I'm going to hell. Like, what's going on? What? And I understand now that I'm older and I'm an adult that we were both kids. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what we were doing. She was maybe 2 years older than me, so she was 14 and I was 12, or she was 15 and I was 13, whatever the case may be. So I was like, yo, this is an older chick trying to get in my pants. I'm with it, but not here. So I get home. First thing I do, at this time, I only had a whack computer that if I was on the Wi-Fi, nobody could be on the phone, nobody else could be using the Wi-Fi. And I had this, like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I used to go on AIM through my Wii. Not even a Wii U, a Wii. So I got on AIM and I'm just like, hey, what's up? And the rest is history. Never spoke to her again. Never saw her again. I lied. I saw her maybe a couple of other times, but then she ended up moving, and whatever the case may be. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. But she was my first kiss. I'll be honest with you. She was my first kiss. But the way that it just all happened, you guys had to be in my position. Like, being so young and honestly being a hornball, when that situation happens, you're just like, what? Like, let me put it into perspective. This was the time that shorts up to your ankles was a thing. Like, no, like, shorts is regular, but they're so long that they're up to your ankles. Like, that was the time where I felt like the man that day when I got home. But then she ended up telling my mom, and my mom whooped my ass. So it was funny, but not funny, because I felt bad afterwards, because that was pretty much like the last time I ever went to that meeting, church class, church in general. I just felt awkward. Like, I felt like I wasn't supposed to do that, but it ended up happening. I was just like, whatever. So I didn't lose my virginity. I left church with blue balls. I never thought anybody ever would ever say that. I left church with blue balls. I lost a girl that I liked. Stopped going to church. Got an ass whooping. But I did end my night. I remember like it was yesterday. I did end my night with some dominoes. So I didn't really lose much. So that's pretty much it. I didn't want to go into details because honestly I didn't want to make her seem like she was a hoe or anything like that. That's not my case. The case was of the story, the how it took place. That just was super funny, and I just thought about it the other day, and I was just like, wow, that really happened. Well, that almost happened. But enough of that. Like I said, you guys, if you guys enjoy these type of videos, please let me know. Do not forget to go down and subscribe. I'm on my way to 200 subs. We're just going up. I know you guys liked the last video. I did get a lot of responses through Instagram about, you know, them thinking about dropping out of high school, getting bullied. And I did respond to most of you guys. You already know how I feel about it. Don't do it unless you have a plan B. Don't do it unless you speak to your family first before you make any decisions. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Go down and smash that subscribe button. Just go down. Subscribe down below. And remember, you know the motto. Be humble, remain hungry, stay cozy.